Top of the morning, everybody. What's going on? I'm Mike, your host, the Everything and More Store Show. Now, today, what I wanted to do was talk about top rated seller status. Um, what does it take to get there, and how do you stay there? And what happens if you are no longer there? So, um, the reason I chose to make this video was because eBay had made a mistake on my account, right? I had uploaded a new tracking number, and I basically updated the tracking on an item that was late, right? And upon it being late, I upload the new tracking. They bypassed that, and then the item never. I put the tracking up there, and basically they didn't recognize it, at no fault of my own. So anyway, long story short, I ended up getting my top rated seller status removed. And even though they acknowledged it, after acknowledging it, they said, well, we only change it the 20th every month. So they credited me like $30 for my insertion fees, which was obviously not compared, because something that wasn't cool happened to me. And I'll tell it to you right now as soon as I'm done explaining this to you. So, the 20th of each month, they review your account for top rated seller status, right? So basically, what they're looking for is good transaction history, the amount of transactions, the amount of defects that you've given, not given, but the amount of defective, the amount of defective sales that you conducted, etc. So, number one, let me just tell you, if you're going below, if you're a top rated seller and then you go below standard, they're not going to let you promote your listings. That's what I'm going through right now. It sucks, okay? It's not cool. Because you got to think, like, when you're close to, 90, 100 a year in sales, and then, of course, you're promoting your listings. You know what I'm saying? You got so many people on eBay. And then from there, you lose the ability to promote. So now you're no longer ranking on the top or probably the middle. I don't know how it goes. But anyway, so the 20th of each month, they're going to screen you. So what do you need to get top rated seller status? So let's just say you start eBay today. You open up your first account today. You're going to try to upload your first 250 items. You're trying to get started for that, right? So this is what you're going to need, okay? At the minimum, your account has to be open for 90 days. Okay, so you can't open your account today and sell decent for a month and then give it to you. No, 90 days. Okay, so 3 months your account has to be open. Okay, consecutively. You need 100 or more transactions and 1,000 in sales in the last 12 months. So you're not guaranteed to get it in 90 days, right? You need 100 or more transactions and then $1,000 in sales in the 12-month period, right? So let's just say you had your account for a year and you only made $800. You're not going to get it. You haven't did the minimum requirements to receive the top rated seller status, right? Okay. And that's 12 months, 1,000 in sales in 12 months, right? Your defect rate is less or equal to 0.5% with 3 or less defect buyers, right? So what does this mean? Let's say I sell you this Sharpie, right? And I tell you it's full of ink, and then you get it and you claim it's not full of ink. And then we go back and forth. You file a claim on me, right? And it ends up, being returned. Let's say I accept the return because I don't really feel like dealing with all the, whatever. Bam. Once that has happened, that's a defect on my account. So you want 0.5% or less defect with 3 or less defect buyers, right? 0.3% cases closed without seller resolution. So let's say, like in my situation, right? They tried to say it was without seller resolution because he claimed he didn't get it. But then I had uploaded the new tracking, so I'm covered. But they didn't take that into account. They bypassed it. And then after they seen it, then they, oh, our bad. Yeah, you're bad. Of course it's your bad. Anyway, so you can't, let's say for example, it's no seller resolution. You want something, you haven't received it in the mail, which is a perfect example happened to me. You want something, you haven't received that item in the mail. I claimed I sent to you whatever, but let's say I did not upload a new tracking and you didn't get it. It's not resolved. So that's without seller resolution. That's a claim without seller resolution. Bam, they're blaming you for that. So you want 0.3% or less. You don't want none of that really, but the maximum you can have is 0.3% of that, right? So that's not even 1 in every 100. So don't try your best to smooth it with these people, even if they're whatever. Sometimes, now that I lost the ability to promote the listings, it's gonna make me for sure a little bit more diligent and try to keep these guys happy, because usually I don't give refunds and all that, and I put no refunds. But if anybody has any type of dispute or whatever, at this point I'm gonna just go ahead and give them what they want, just because I don't feel like dealing with the nonsense. And then in my seller status, like, nah bro, this is my bread and meat here, like, nah, I can't do that. Anyway, you have to upload your tracking within the handling time. So if you have 3 days handling time, you have to upload your tracking within those 3 days of handling time. Now, also, they can give you top-rated seller status if you do this one-day shipping and all that. But me, honestly, one-day shipping, that's not enough for me. I have a lot of things going on. That means every day, especially when your printer's not working. Like that, like this, you see this worthless printer? Thing is so retarded. HP 3755, something like that. Thing sucks. You know, but excuse me, this alarm going on. But anyway, these are some things that you need to get your top-rated seller status, okay? Some things that you can lose top-rated seller status is too many open cases, right? If you have too many open cases, defect cases, that's one of them. Too many late tracking uploaded, too many late shipping, etc. That's another one. Too much bad feedback, right? That's another one. Any basically customer claim that is against you is not good. Sometimes, especially when you're doing it like me, thrifting, this type of stuff. That's what I did in the first. I ain't gonna lie, I used to kiss, but when it came to my first, like I would say my first 6, maybe even 9 months selling on eBay, there was nothing they could do wrong. I would, oh yes sir, absolutely. Oh, this thing, I don't like that. Don't even worry about it, sir. I will issue a refund immediately. Which I put on there, I don't accept refunds, but that kind of like just weeds out the little scammers that are out there. They try to search it up, you know. And that's another video I could do something on later. But anyway, you don't want your top-rated seller status to go, because what can happen? You can't promote your listings. You know how detrimental that is to sales? That sucks. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. So my 60-day, 50% of my items sold through within 60 to 90 days, right? I sold like 3 things yesterday. I got 1,300 some odd products on there. That's not standard, right? So the point is that you do not want to lose your top-rated seller status. The handling time, all that stuff, you know. Plus, you know, I think, not to blame it on something, but my printer, honestly, the printer, that's what actually caused the whole little hiccup in the first place, is because my printer, the stupid printer stopped working. So I'll have to download the PDF to my phone, package up the thing, write John Wilson or whatever on the package, then, so I know which one, then go to Office Depot, print out my labels, then look for each one. So I got 20, 30 packages. Okay, this one, bam, tape it on, throw it in. You know what I'm saying? And so that's like a whole nother step in the process, you know? So don't lose it, man. Do not lose top-rated seller status. The listings promoted is very important. It's gonna get you up there. It's just like it's just like search engine optimization for eBay. Let's just say you're looking for you know, a screwdriver, or you whatever, bam, whatever the brand is, screwdriver. I got this from the dollar store. You hear me? But let's just say you're looking for a screwdriver. You know how good you'll be, bam, right here if you playing all your FEs. But then when you're not and you just suck and you just barely just meandering at the bottom somewhere, that's where they kind of like probably got me right now. I sold a couple little small things today. Anyway, Charlotte, when we get this clear about the 20th next month. But also, that's another thing, is be careful. eBay is not always on their grind, man. They make a lot of mistakes, okay? They're not at all exempt from making any type of mistakes. They made a mistake. That's why I'm in this situation right now. They acknowledged they were wrong, and that's why they credited me $30 for my listing and insertion fees. But even then, like, what's $30? That's like a sale. You know what I'm saying? So be diligent on your account, man. Don't count on them to do what they just worry about you and what you're supposed to do on here, because you don't want to have them make any mistakes in your account. So keep eyeing your account, man, as well. You dig what I'm saying? Anyway, I hope you benefited from this video. If you did, please throw me a comment, a like, and a subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, man, just tap in with me, man. Subscribe. Hit that little button, that little red button right there, and also hit one of these, like, do it for me, man. I appreciate y'all. I hope you, you know, enjoyed this video. You guys have a blessed day, man. I'll tap in with you later. Salute.